Hello everyone, this is Sensei Starman and welcome to the first chapter of Let's Play Escape from Monkey Island. Now, we're not in the game proper just yet because I gotta tell you a little story before we get into this game. I only played through this game once when it originally came out in the year 2000. I didn't feel the need to go and revisit it, and trying to get this to run on a modern system, I have lost whatever goodwill and nostalgia I might have had for this game because I got to take a trip down memory lane in trying to do all of this witchcraft I have not had to do since the DOS days just to get this thing to run on a modern system. Well, actually, if you're playing the good old games version, it'll work just fine. The problem is that this game came out at a time when we were just starting to get the first high-res monitors. And make a long story short, this game is not meant to be played above a 640 over 480 interface. So if you try and run this in good old games and record it, it'll have the game in a tiny little corner, even if it is automatically upscaling it onto your screen where you see it, but your filming software won't record it. So after downloading a program called Borderless Windows and trying to find this fan-made emulator that lets you boot it up into a window or upscale the full screen, I have gotten it to run to where my recording software will let you see the screen in full screen after having dipped my resolution down to 1280 over 960, which is double the recommendation, but at least it cleanly upscales. I tried upscaling it to 1920 over 1080, and it makes the game look really bad. So we're just going to have a little bit more low res. I hope you can cope with that, but at least this will work. So, quick little bit of history about this game. It was the fourth Monkey Island game, and it did okay. It got nominated for some Game of the Year awards. It got a PS2 release, which apparently didn't sell well, but it sold reasonably well PC in the United States, even though adventure games are starting to die down at that point. And it sold really well in Europe. Apparently, the game's selling really well in Germany. The third game, Curse of Monkey Island, selling really well in Germany, was the only reason why they greenlit a sequel in the first place. But unfortunately, they changed the formula with this one to the point that it is definitely the black sheep of the Monkey Island game series, because one of the greatest point-and-click adventure games of all time, they took away the point-and-click. You have to use keyboard-only controls because they had the console market in mind and wanted to make it something you could play with a controller. But enough of that. Let's just jump in and you'll see what I mean. And the opening credits are going to look a little wonky because they had this set up as a slideshow, and the upscaling unfortunately shows you every individual slide as it goes partway through the transitions. At least you can see the pictures clearly and the text clearly. The original version, you couldn't see the text, and it was off-center. But for all the trash talking I've done of this game so far, I will say that the music remains top-notch. From what I read, they had a new version of the iMuse player that they premiered with this game that works pretty well. And we got the classic Monkey Island theme here, still sounding amazing. One other thing I should note is that they did lose a lot of the original voice cast from Curse of Monkey Island. We've got a new voice actress for Elaine Marley, who I really don't like as much. There's a reason why they got the original one back for the new games. They did keep Dominic around as Guybrush, and the original LeChuck is still here. But apart from that, the only other voice actors they got back were the Voodoo Lady and Murray's only here for a quick cameo, so... But we do get to meet a lot of other characters from the original game who didn't get voiced in Curse of Monkey Island, so it's got that going for it.
From the personal log of Guybrush Threepwood. Sometimes, when it's quiet, I can still hear the monkeys. It's hard to believe that it's only been a few years since I first washed up on the beaches of Melee Island, armed with nothing more than a goofy name and an overpowering urge to become a swashbuckling pirate. I want to be a pirate. Who could have suspected that such a humble pursuit would lead me to cross swords with the evil ghost pirate LeChuck, the slimiest slug ever to plunder the seven seas? And who could have guessed that my battles with LeChuck would introduce me to the love of my life, Melee Island's Governor Elaine Marley. Or that my efforts to win Elaine's hand would repeatedly drag me to the mystery-drenched shores of Monkey Island. That's the second biggest monkey head I've ever seen. Or that I would finally end the scourge of LeChuck, burying him beneath a mountain of ice. Not me, that's for sure. Back then, the only thing duller than my sword was my wit. Now look at me. I'm married to the most beautiful governmental official in the Caribbean. The entire Tri-Island area shudders at the sound of my name. And now my Plunder Bunny and I are returning to Melee Island after the most incredible honeymoon in the history of...
Guybrush!
Yes, dear?
Guybrush! Stop daydreaming and make yourself useful!
As you can see from here, the animation style has changed, and not for the better, in my opinion. See, this was around the time when they started putting out the first 3D graphic accelerator cards. The problem is that instead of the hand-drawn cell animation that we had before, now we've got this 3D rendered artwork, which does not look terrible, but coupled with the new interface, it was definitely a change. And the new interface is that, as you can see, we do not have a mouse, we do not have a cursor. We just have a list of things that we can look at. And we have a one button hit for look at, one button for use, and one button for pick up.
Even if I wasn't tied to a mast, I doubt I could pick up that cannon. I don't think anybody reloaded that cannon. It's full of hot coals. There's an enemy pirate fighting over there. I'm not picking that up.
So yeah, we have to use page up and page down to scroll through what we can look at.
It's the grated door to the ship's cargo hold. I have more important things to do than futz around in the cargo hold. That cannon looks ready to fire. If only I could get that thing to go off.
And we've got the directional keys to move around, which doesn't do us much good.
It's too cumbersome to handle with just my feet.
So we'll just use this.
I don't think this coal will be of any use by itself.
Okay, so kick it at the enemy pirate.
Better not try that again.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it again because they told me not to, and it's a LucasArts game. You can't die in these.
Nope. He might not miss next time. Yikes! Too hot.
Okay, so we do have a limited amount of time we can play Keep Away or Hacky Sack or whatever. Okay, so let's see, we just turn around, get it to the cannon.
snaggle cakes.
Hey, Elaine, could you untie me?
Okay, don't untie me. So yeah, tutorial level complete.
Land ho! The way I pushed that smelly pirate right over the rail. Now that's the stuff of pirates.
I hope the loyal citizens of Melee don't hurt themselves. I mean, you know, all the pushing and shoving on the dock to see my, well, our return. Could be dangerous. Make sure this one stays on top.
Then there was the swab who came at me with the rusty fid. I sure taught him a thing or two about the proper use of deck chairs. Whoa. Got it.
The burden of being the governor of such an adoring yet unsophisticated public can be so draining. I'll be lucky if I can get a second to myself for once.
You know, we make a great team. The way we communicate, the way we work together, and the way we anticipate each other's every move. There's nothing we can't accomplish.
Oh, well, here goes. Might as well get all the hullabaloo over with. What? Where is everyone?
Maybe everyone went to bed early?
Where's the welcoming committee? The banners? The crushing throng of well-wishers? Oh dear, do you know what this means?
We can spend another 3 months honeymooning.
No, you adorable numbskull. Something has gone horribly wrong while I've been away. Nothing else can explain.
What's that? Hey, it's Timmy the monkey! How are you, boy?
Who?
Either his litter box is full or he's trying to tell us something. What is it, boy?
Timmy? Is something wrong?
Free grog at the scum bar?
There's been an outbreak of scurvy?
You won 74 bucks playing bingo, but lost it all playing banana futures.
There's trouble at the governor's mansion! Let's go!
What was that about communicating?
Let's try 15, 4.2 minus 6. Fire!
What do you think you're doing?
What does he look like I'm doing, fancy pants? I'm knocking down the governor's mansion.
You can't knock down the governor's mansion without approval from the governor.
Yeah.
The governor's dead, ma'am.
Dead?
Was the marriage that killed her, they say.
But I am the governor. Do I look dead to you?
No, ma'am.
Then cease and desist your boulder flinging immediately.
Yeah.
Sorry, Governor. I'm under contract. I'm legally obligated to destroy your mansion with this here catapult.
Something's rotten on Melee Island.
I know. But the stench usually drifts away with high tide.
I've got a plan.
Although it sometimes lingers during an eclipse.
Guybrush!
Yes, dear?
I'm going down to City Hall to see about getting declared undead.
Won't that make you a flesh-eating zombie?
In the meantime, I need you to do 2 things for me.
More back rubs and foot massages?
Maybe later. First, I want you to put a stop to this insane boulder flinging.
Stop the insanity. Check.
Second, I want you to go to Lucre Island. Talk to my grandpa's lawyers. They might know how to help us fight City Hall.
Oh, but I hate talking to lawyers.
Not as much as they'll hate talking to you, dear.
Okay.
Well, I've got a resurrection to perform. Be good, dear. And don't forget, stop the catapult, go to Lucre Island.
Sounds like the honeymoon's over.
She was a lot nicer before she died.
Okay, so we can move left or right to turn around.
Hey, get out of my way.
Backwards.
Get away from there before I pop you one on the head, capiche? Good. Now stay over there, pencil neck.
there is a run option, which is fortunate because otherwise we nosy around
No way.
forever.
I don't want to be inside if that guy actually gets lucky and hits the house.
Let's try 45, 6.7, 2. Fire!
Jump off cliff.
Okay. Goodbye, cruel adventure game. Forget it. It's a long way down. It's a long way down. I'm not picking that up. That pig-shaped bush frightens and confuses me. I don't think so.
Let's try...
That pig-shaped bush frightens and confuses me. That is one fat bird. That's huge. That is one fat bird. Hey, I bet I could market this. Vegetarian steak. Nah.
Okay, so I can't do anything useful with the bushes.
Let's
excuse
try... Yeah. Just a sec. 45, 6.7, 12. What?
Please stop firing boulders at my house. It's very unnerving.
Sorry about that, kid, but I'm under contract.
What would it take to get you to stop flinging rocks at my house?
Permanently? Yeah, some kind of restraining order, I guess. You'd need some fancy lawyers for that.
Okay, how about temporarily?
Well, the union gives us liberal snack breaks during the day, but I don't have any snacks.
What are those numbers you're muttering?
You know? I don't rightly know. They're supposed to be targeting numbers or something, but I'll be danged if I can figure them out. All I know is how to hit that cactus. I'm trying to extrapolate from there.
Could you show me how to hit the cactus?
Nah, I only do that when I think the catapult's out of alignment. I wouldn't want to waste one of these boulders. They're expensive.
Okay.
You seem like a busy man. I'll let you return to your evil deeds.
Thanks.
I don't have a thing to my name.
Okay, so we're going to have to explore the village. But judging by the shape of that cactus, I think we're going to need some type of rubber band. And the layout of the town has changed a bit. We don't have the doors that magically let us go from there to there anymore. Enter door. Talk to familiar-looking pirates.
I could swear that I've seen those pirates somewhere before. Ahoy there, fellow seafaring wastrels.
Yes! Oh, sorry about that.
You startled us.
Yeah, that's it. I startled.
You two look awfully familiar.
Oh, we have very common-looking faces. Isn't that right?
Oh, definitely. Can't swing a dead Chinook around here without hitting someone who looked like us.
Didn't we run into each other last summer on Fat Island?
We've never been to Fat Island.
And never in the summers.
Are you sure we haven't met?
Drop it, Threepwood.
Hey, how'd you know my name?
Doesn't everyone know the name of Guybrush Threepwood, mighty pirate?
True, but I still think you guys look familiar. Aren't you the famous comedy team of Youngler and Muntz?
Youngler and Muntz? Never heard of them.
You haven't? But they're brilliant! They do this bit about how men leave the commode seat up and how women love to shop for boots. Well, I guess you had to be there.
Apparently.
I could swear that I know you guys.
I really don't think so.
Dudes, aren't you the founding members of Keel Hall, the world's loudest pirate speed metal band?
Not likely. Neither of us can carry a tune.
Well, neither can Keel Hall. I could swear that I know you guys.
I really don't think so.
Didn't we share a cruise to Monkey Island once?
I don't think so.
Carla, make the bad man stop. He's come to take us back to Monkey Island.
Carla?
Who?
You can't fool me. You're Carla, the Swordmaster of Melee Island. And you're Otis.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Let it go, Otis. The half-wits recognized us.
I knew you guys looked familiar. You were 2/3 of my original Monkey Island crew.
The crew you abandoned on Monkey Island, you mean?
Do you have any idea how difficult it is to escape from Monkey Island?
No. How difficult is it to?
Escape from Monkey Island.
Well, it's really difficult.
Yeah,
The whole experience was very traumatizing.
scared us for life.
Gee, I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, sorry doesn't feed the narwhals, Buster.
So apparently, the thing where you destroy the ship in Monkey Island 1 is canon, at least so far as Escape from Monkey Island is concerned.
So, what have you rapscallions been up to?
Where to begin?
What have you been doing with yourself, Carla?
You mean after I finally managed to escape from Monkey Island?
You're never gonna forgive me for that, are you?
Not in this lifetime. Anyhow, I've spent the last few years here on Melee Island re-establishing my Swordmaster credentials.
Well, that sounds productive.
Oh, it was, until that Australian showed up.
Australian?
Yeah, an Australian real estate developer. He challenged me to a round of insult sword fighting, badgered me into betting my house. It was over so quickly.
Gee,
Now I wander the streets of Melee insult sword fighting for food.
how sad. How about you, Otis? What have you been doing for the last few years?
Well, after I finally escaped from Monkey Island, I made my way back to Melee Island, where I tried to resume my former profession.
Petty thievery?
I prefer to think of it as proactive redistribution of wealth. Unfortunately, the indignities I suffer on Monkey Island have left me so jittery that I cannot pick a lock or a pocket without making more noise than a flatulent hippo.
What vivid imagery. So how do you earn a living?
Begging mostly. You'd be amazed how many people will pay to hear the story of the innocent pirates who were betrayed by their idiot captain.
Whatever happened to Captain Smirk, the sword trainer?
He sold his house to a foreign investor.
But he didn't want to.
The investor challenged him to a round of insult gin rummy and beat him.
Smirk was so ashamed that he signed over the deed to his house on the spot and hopped the next ship out of Melee.
The same story's been repeated dozens of times all over Melee Island. This slimy investor strolls into a pirate's house or place of business, challenges him to a game of insult something or another, then humiliates them so badly that they have to cave into his hostile takeovers.
Haven't you noticed all the soul signs around here?
Well, where's the third member of our old crew?
You mean Meat Hook?
That's a good question.
After we finally got off Monkey Island, Meat Hook renounced his piratey lifestyle and returned to his true passion,
Drinking?
painting.
Painting? But the guy's got no hands.
That's what we said.
These stories are too depressing. Let's talk about something else.
If we must.
Won't you join my crew? For old time's sake.
Guybrush, take a good look at Otis.
Monkeys! Monkeys is full of the monkeys!
That's what happened to him the last time we agreed to be part of your crew. Now, what in the name of Blackbeard's dandruff could possibly convince us to join you in another idiotic adventure?
Well, how about a brand new car?
What?
Sorry, I kind of got caught up in the moment. Well, how about treasure? Boatloads of treasure.
We're still waiting for the treasure you promised us the last time.
Oh, yeah. Well, how about some lovely property off the coast of Booty Island?
Oh, that's rich. Everyone knows that a mysterious foreign investor has bought up all the real estate around Booty Island.
Well, how about cushy government jobs?
That sounds interesting.
Carla, what are you doing?
What kind of cushy government jobs are we talking about?
You know, the kind where you're paid 3 times the going private sector rate, no one checks your work, and it's impossible to be fired.
Don't listen to him, Carla. He just wants to take us back to Monkey Island.
We'd want contracts, of course.
I'll see what I can do. Be seeing ya.
Not if we see you first.
Ahoy again.
What is it now?
We got some heavy-duty begging to attend to.
Be seeing ya.
Not if we see you first.
Okay, so apparently to get help from them, I am going to need to get them a contract.
Sold. Another sold sign.
Okay, so apparently the doors that go every which way
Sold. I'm detecting a pattern here.
are still here. And apparently the way to the scum bar is not there anymore.
Wow, that's one flexible merboy. I suppose it would make a good lawn ornament, but it'd never fit in my pants. Wow, that's one flexible merboy.
And you can run on the map too. So let's see, there's the harbor. There's Melee Town. There's the governor's mansion. Where the heck is the scum bar? And here's Meat Hooks.
Hey, look, a full moon. Meat Hook's House of Wax.
And yeah, this is one reason why everybody hated the new interface. It's way too easy to get turned around and wind up going not the way you wanted to go.
It's Meat Hook's place. It's locked. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Anybody home?
No, go away.
Then who are you?
No one. There's no one here.
When do you expect someone to be home?
Later. Much later. Finish running your wife's errands first.
But there's supposed to be a wax show today.
No, there isn't.
Yes, there is.
No, there isn't.
The sign out here says there is.
Yeah, that. Well, it's cancelled.
It's okay, it's me.
Me who?
I'm the plumber. I've come to fix the sink.
That ploy won't work. I know why you're here, and you can't have it.
What are you talking about?
Stop pretending, you greedy old man. You think you can just buy up the whole island just because you can insult people? Well, think again. You can't take my house away from me if you can't get in. I knew I shouldn't have fixed that bridge. There's nobody home. Now go away.
Okay, I'll come back later.
Okay, so apparently we can't do anything here just yet.
This inner tube looks as though it's been subjected to unspeakable stresses.
Okay, well, I'm now carrying this one thing around, and I think I know exactly what I'm supposed to do with it. And yeah, how's this for fine detail? I'm now carrying the popped inner tube.
Let's try 15, 5.5, minus 6. Fire!
Not a bad piece of modern art if I do say so myself.
Hey, get away from there before I pop you one on the head, capiche? Good. Now stay over there, pencil neck. Let's try... Hey, get away from there before I pop you one on the head, capiche? Good. Now stay over there, pencil neck. 49, 7.9, minus 14. Fire! Hey, get away from there before I pop you one on the head, capiche?
Well, I was hoping to get close enough to
Good.
mess with it.
Now stay over there, pencil neck. Hey, get away from there before I pop you one on the head, capiche? Good. Now stay over there, pencil neck.
Well, we're at the halfway point, or the half-hour mark. Halfway point of getting this puzzle done. But I'm going to go ahead and head back to Melee Town proper, because I avoided the most obvious place, because I know there's going to be a whole lot of talking here, but we will get to that next time. So thank you all for watching. Hope you're enjoying this so far. I'm a little less peeved about the whole crazy process I had to get this game to run and record. But, yeah, starting to get a little amused by some of this. But thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment if you are so inclined. And we'll pick up from here next time. Take care until then.